You know, many individuals with our views on our side of the aisle tend to hold up Jenna Ortega as one of the good ones, one of the not so insane Hollywood weirdos. And then she comes out and makes a statement that, seems to fall in line with the other leftist rhetoric that you would hear in Hollywood. But has Jenna Ortega gone woke? Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol. And yes, Netflix Wednesday star Jenna Ortega says Mexican people are considered a risk in Hollywood due to America's current socio-political climate. Now, I've heard a little bit about this, but I haven't looked too much into it myself. I did watch Nerd Wars video on it, and I'm gonna be real, at least in that video, it doesn't seem like she said anything that bad or egregious. So we're gonna take a look at this article before we do hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I call it Nerdy News every day. And again, I'm going into this with a completely open mind. Is it because I really enjoy Jenna Ortega? Absolutely. Does the fact that she is just an absolute smoke show add to it? Yeah, that's probably why I'm giving her a bit of the benefit of the doubt. But either way, at least I'm honest. Let's get into it and see what she had to say. In the opinion of Netflix's Wednesday star Jenna Ortega, the current socio-political climate in America has grown generally unfavorable towards Mexican individuals. Out the gate, that doesn't seem like a really woke statement or anything. Think about even you've got individuals in Chicago, you've got black neighborhoods in Chicago just storming the mayor's office because, hey, look at all these migrants coming in illegally taking our jobs. Well before Donald Trump said anything about black jobs, that was literally something that was happening throughout 2023 and 2024 in Chicago or other predominantly black areas. So yeah, I mean, there is a very unfavorable view towards Mexicans right now. Not just Mexicans, but illegal immigrants of any kind. So, again, that's not really a woke thing to say. That's just a statement. The actress offered her take on the current state of America while speaking to Vanity Fair's Michelle Ruiz in promotion of her upcoming starring role in Warner Bros. Pictures' Beetlejuice, reflecting on her incarnation of Wednesday Addams having Latino heritage. Ortega asserted that the reason she particularly liked how her show's character background was treated on the show was because it was not being shoved down your throat. All right, again, nothing negative to say there. That's kind of what we asked for. Yo, if you want to give us a character with some diversity to them, then don't bring up how diverse they are. That's kind of what we've been asking for. So again, thus far, I'm not really seeing a problem. Now, if they made a big deal out of, the character in Beetlejuice, Lydia's daughter, I believe who she plays. Yeah, if they made a big deal out of the fact that, oh, look, Latino representation in Beetlejuice too. Hey, look at that. We're going to have everything we need to see because we got brown people on screen. Yeah, that would be annoying. But even Jenna Ortega herself says that's not what they're doing. So I don't know, where's the part that people are actually outraged about? There's nothing worse than when they have a side Mexican character who's carrying the flag on their shoulder, she opined. We're so much more than that. Again, that seems reasonable. Hey, I don't want to be a token. We don't want to be tokens. Yeah, tokenization is one of the main issues we have in modern day media. She's just sounding more and more base to me. I'm a bit confused here. Further delving into her thoughts on Latino representation in Hollywood, the actress then noted that, at least in her experience, the fact that actors from said background can actually carry projects has not made it through studios' heads. Here's where it is. Here we go. She's pretty much trying to say the studios, the Hollywood business, doesn't think that Mexicans can carry films on their own. Now, I completely reject this notion because, we've seen individuals like Antonio Banderas being one of the hottest draws in Hollywoods of the 90s and early 2000s. I don't know if he's Mexican, but he's some sort of Latino. I mean, aren't they all just sort of the same? But no, in all seriousness, yeah, this is the sort of thing we've heard John Leguizamo bitch and moan about for the last several years because he's a bit of a talentless hack who can't get any starring role on his own charisma because he really has none. So it is a shame to hear her parroting those same talking points. But again, she's at least doing it in a less victim-y sounding way and more of a hopeful, jovial, I think we can do this, let's raise it up way. She doesn't really seem like she's blaming the studios. I mean, she is, because she says it hasn't made it through the studios' heads that we can carry ourselves. But compare that to all the things she said prior about not wanting to be a token, about the fact that her character is not just, oh, look, there's representation there. It seems like she's coming about it through at least an honest way, as opposed to just trying to score woke leftist points. There needs to be a little more faith in what we bring to the table, Ortega told Ruiz. Maybe that means all of us banding together a little bit more and creating these projects ourselves. I would love to be able to craft stories that show how powerful we can be. And that's what we ask for. Again, we say, yo, if you don't like the way things are being done, if you don't like the way Hollywood's being handled, if you don't like the movies and video games and comics and all this that's coming out, then make your own shit. And it seems like that's what she's saying. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad this is what she's saying, but I don't know. From everything I heard, it was so much more worse, so much more epic. Like, oh no, Jenna Ortega, she turns out to be one of those wokies. Like, she's not out here advocating for kids cutting their cock off or something like so many other people in Hollywood are. So, can I really be mad at her? Again, I ain't even taking her side because she's hot. Don't get me wrong, that's an added bonus. I mean, fucking look at those lips and that chin and whatnot. Those big anime eyes. God damn, this girl is fine. But that's, again, neither here nor there. Having turned to the topic of being Mexican in Hollywood, the actress that, by the way, being Mexican in Hollywood, probably not a big deal for Jenna. Look, girlie, you look pretty white. Like, it is what it is. You're a pretty pale looking Mexican. I've seen some individuals out there like they were left in the oven too long. You ain't one of them. Having turned to the topic of being Mexican in Hollywood, the actress then took a moment to criticize and how, thanks to what she attributed to a growing anti-immigrant sentiment in America. Okay. It's not a growing anti-immigrant sentiment, it's a growing anti-illegal immigrant sentiment, and there is the key difference. A lot of folks, white, black, and especially other Latinos who came here properly, who followed the correct channels and came here legally, got some major issues with homies just hopping across the border and getting $10,000 in free gifts and credit cards from the U.S. government, a lot of times in New York City, and usurping the positions of honest, hardworking Latinos who immigrated here and truly want to assimilate. Now, I don't know that that's what she said because this isn't exactly in quotes, but it is just important to set the record straight. It's so corny, but it seems in terms of land of the free, home of the brave, Mexican people are considered a risk. Now, if you're talking about are considered a risk, like in terms of the public perception, well, yeah, because a lot of your folks, they keep illegally coming over here, then like raping 12-year-olds. I'd say hanging out with those types of folks is a bit of a risk. Now, if you mean a risk at the box office, yeah, it would also be a bit of a risk, just because at the end of the day, show business is that, a business, and if the public populace, if the public sentiment is anti-Latino right now, justifiably or not, you ain't gonna want to stick Latinos at the star of your movie because it's not gonna make money. Like, look, I've been to Texas. I love Texas. Texas is pretty damn amazing. That being said, you wanna know where I've heard the most anti-Latino rhetoric? From legal Latinos that live in Texas that have to see their livelihood and their lives being slowly stripped away because of the bad, words and ilk and all the negativity that's coming from the illegal immigrants hopping across the border, giving all the rest of them a bad name. The most Latino Trump supporters I've ever met were in Texas. So, I'm sorry, what's that got to tell you? Even the term alien is insane when we're speaking about human beings, she added. Now, again, she's young, she's dumb, she's retarded, still pretty though. Point is, alien just means like not from here. We talk about aliens as if they're creatures from another planet. Well, the reason we give them that name is because they're not native to here. I would be an alien if I went to Portugal or Spain or Egypt or whatever. It's because I'm not from there. So yeah, alien can be anything. It doesn't even have to be a human being. An object can be alien if it is, if you take something that is not naturally found in one location, take it to another. It is a foreign alien object to that area. Like, again, this just seems like her being young and dumb and Hollywood and not really understanding. Again, it just doesn't seem aggressively woke, so much so as it seems inexperienced and not wise to the world. And an interesting aside, despite her above opinions clearly indicating that she holds very clear liberal leanings, I don't even know that these are liberal leanings so much so as, I mean, if they are liberal leanings, you know what they say, when you're in your 20s, if you're a liberal in your 20s because you have a heart, but you're a conservative by your 30s because you have a brain, something to that effect. I mean, how old is Jenna Ortega? Hold on, let's take a look at that. I don't remember, but Jenna Ortega age. And she's 21. Like chick can barely drink. I ain't even surprised about the fact that she's got these sort of social leanings. But again, she's not out here like waving the banner for Kamala Harris yet. Please don't fucking do that, Jenna. I still do have faith in you. I'm gonna be one of the anti-wokers on your side here. Even Ortega believes that political correctness, particularly in Hollywood, has gone way overboard. The business that we work in is so touchy-feely, said the actress in defense of her vocal support for Palestine amongst the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. Everybody wants to be politically correct, but I feel like in doing that, we lose a lot of our humanity and integrity because it lacks honesty. Bingo, bango, bongo. She jumped right back to being based. Again, I think that if anyone is making a case for like a sane individual, even on the left, like let's say she is a lefty. Well, not every lefty is bad. I'm sorry, I don't buy into that tribalism that like, oh, they're on one side of the aisle, they're automatically the bad guy. No. yeah, so she's got some bleeding heart sentiments, especially about her people. That doesn't really come as a shock to me, and also is not really indicative of, who she's going to vote for and what her other social beliefs will be when it comes to things like taxes, or again, the transing of children, or race swapping characters, or anything to that effect. It really, I don't know, I kind of think people are going, from what I've seen on X, people going a bit too hard on her. I wish that we had a better sense of conversation, she concluded. Imagine if everyone could say what they felt and not be judged for it, and if anything, it sparked some sort of debate, not an argument. Oh, you mean the thing that we've all been clamoring for, but the left keeps shutting us down? What is she saying that's wrong here, aside from some dumbass comments that show that she is just still a young buck? Ortega's next project, the aforementioned Beetlejuice, is currently set to spook theater goers on September 6th. I'm going to be seeing it day one. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite films of all time. I cannot wait. I'm gonna take the day off work if that's what I have to do to get opening day tickets to Beetlejuice. Jenna being in it, bro, that's just icing on the cake. But yeah, all in all, this is a pretty fair article. I mean, it really just broke down the quotes. Yeah, I had that line about her being, like, very obviously liberal. And, again, maybe that is the case. She's young. A lot of folks are liberal when they're young. Hell, I was liberal when I was young. Probably a bit too liberal. But, hey, whatever. We all have our great awakening at some point, right? But the fact of the matter is, yeah, I think that this is kind of a nothing burger. I'm almost kind of annoyed that this is going to be one of my 3 videos of the day. Like, hey, I already took the time out of the day to record it. I'm certainly going to edit and post it. But, yeah, I guess what are your thoughts, your sentiments on the Jenna Ortega situation? Is she just another woke Hollywood lefty? Is she as base as we thought? Is she the female Henry Cavill? And just, has some young buck opinions? Because that's what it looks like to me. But I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the movie industry or the Hollywood gossip, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon. And become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course get involved with over 80 other vital idols. It is a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. And if that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.